There's so many myths about breastfeeding that I've heard. I mean, there are some that are pretty out there. I met this woman who had successfully breastfed for a while. I asked her about her journey, and she was explaining to me that she, didn't have any issues. She just tried to make sure that she wasn't in the heat for a long time so her milk wouldn't curdle. And I was just like,
sorry.
I don't think breast milk curdles in the breast.
So she was very good at breastfeeding, but very bad at science.
Right.
You are the co-founder of Black Breastfeeding Week.
I'm a storyteller, and I felt the story that was being told about Black breastfeeding in this country was negative and inaccurate, and we needed to help shift that narrative. For over 40 years, the rates of breastfeeding in the Black community have significantly lagged those of white women. I really thought that it would be great to have a special time of awareness building and really celebration. Even for me, I was really struggling with breastfeeding and didn't really have any friends who looked like me. Most of my friends who helped me were my, white college girlfriends. It was really troublesome that I didn't know more Black women who had breastfed. Even in my own family, these same women who, supported me through college and graduate school said to me, oh, breastfeeding is for poor people. And I was just like, wow, where did that come from?
Breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Pros, cons.
Breast milk, it will help reduce the risk of ear infection. It's been known to help reduce the risk of childhood obesity and type 2 diabetes. And the bonding that happens, if I think about nursing my son, I could give myself goosebumps. As a woman, the idea of feeding my baby from my body really speaks to me. When I was breastfeeding, I felt like a superhero. I would come in, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna feed the baby. I always wanted to squirt some milk in somebody's cereal. You need milk, I got you. You need milk,
No. A lot of my friends who have started breastfeeding, they go into it thinking it's gonna be ideal, the baby's gonna latch and, angels are gonna sing, and it's quite the opposite.
What happens is when they have this glamorized, idealistic, unrealistic perception, and then they are faced with the realities of breastfeeding, then they're thinking something must be wrong with me, so they stop. Or they feel depressed, or they feel guilty, or they feel shame. And it's not that the actual act of putting your breast into an infant's mouth is that challenging. Yes, it can be. Sometimes babies don't latch. You can get a lactation consultant. It's the experience of breastfeeding. We live in the only industrialized nation that doesn't have a federal paid leave. How do you do it if you have to go back to work in 10 days? And to be honest, if you have to go back to work that soon, breastfeeding may not be an option for you. We live in a world where the breast has been hypersexualized, right? So the breast is used to sell chicken wings and beer every day. A woman got kicked out of Victoria's Secret for crying out loud.
We like breasts and bras, but not out of them.
Right.
Your baby will be smarter if you breastfeed.
Studies have shown a small increase in intelligence points around breastfed babies, yes.
Breastfeeding is the only true bond with your baby.
Not true.
Breasts need to fill up before you feed.
Absolutely not. The most efficient breast works on supply and demand.
Women with smaller breasts will not produce enough milk for the baby.
Totally not true.
Your nipples should be washed before every feeding.
This idea of women's bodies being not clean is something that came from society, right?
Yeah.
They would be scrubbing on nipples and scrubbing on vaginas. It's like, hey,
vaginas are self-cleaning.
Exactly.
Exercise could lead to sour milk.
Sounds like the curdling crew.
Will breastfeeding make your breasts sag?
Actually, pregnancy changes the breasts more. I think there are always these ideas around how do you deal with engorged breasts. My grandmother told me to put collard greens on my breasts, and I was like, organic? That's expensive. So
I feel like today they put kale on it.
Right, they're probably
like, oh, kale.
Just drizzle some quinoa on it or something. This idea that we have in this country, women talking about, well, I chose to breastfeed or I didn't choose. Did you really choose or was it really an option for you? Particularly when we're talking about women who may be underprivileged, women who are hourly workers. I take my hat off, I raise a glass, I give everything to pumping moms because it is work. I tried it, I was like, this sucks. Literally. Women in this country deserve time to mother.
I wasn't breastfed, which makes me think, could I have been smarter? Should we call my mom on speakerphone? We should maybe call my mom and ask her why. She had told me at one point, she's like, no, it hurt too much and this. And I think she didn't have the support she needed at that time.
Yeah,
Hey, Mom, what's up?
you tell me.
Okay, so I'm filming an episode of Wine and Guy. Kimberly, say hi to my mom.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm good, Kimberly. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You're getting on so well. So listen, I'm calling to confront you on why you didn't breastfeed me, but Kimberly said not to approach it that way.
I'll tell you what happened. I did try to breastfeed, but what happened was I was short of iron. So they gave me iron tablets, which were causing diarrhea in the baby.
Oh, me? Mom, that's so embarrassing. Why did you say that on camera? They probably didn't have like lactation consultants or anything.
No, they had nothing in those days.
And what about your physician? Like, did you ever ask your doctor? Was he able to help you at all?
I had had a C-section and I was so miserable. I didn't care.
Mom, thanks so much for trying. But I could have been smarter if you had kept going with it, is what I learned.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever
Okay.
you say.
Whatever you say.
Okay, bye, Mom.
The FDA has this thing called GRAS, generally regarded as safe. And because formula is deemed as a food, not a drug, infant formula companies are allowed to make claims. They put it out there. It's generally regarded as safe until they hear something bad come back. Mothers who are formula feeding, they deserve better formula.
They do.
They do.
So I got some formula for
What?
us to do like a little formula tasting. It's
Shall
like
we?
a wine tasting, except I think it might be gross. Shake bottle well. Add attached nipple unit.
Oh, this is for you to just turn this into a bottle. They don't even want you to pour it. It's
Oh,
okay.
we
take
have
it
nipples,
straight.
but we don't have a nipple unit. Ooh, this
Let's
is
smell. Let's sniff. Let's get the aroma. Mmm.
Oh no, milky,
even like
but
milk.
like with a splash of chemicals. Tell me if you want more.
No, I really don't.
Okay. It tastes like milk, but diluted. Diluted a lot.
First of all, I just taste commercial interest undermining women's bodies. But, you know, besides for that,
I didn't get that, but I can see where she's coming from.
it
Cheers.
wasn't easy.
We don't need to drink this anymore. Okay. There's probably like 100 different ingredients. Calcium carbonate. I think I tasted the calcium carbonate.
Galactoglycerides.
I will say that I accidentally had breast milk once. I was at my cousin's house and his wife had just had a baby. I walked in, I was like, this milk is delicious. And I usually don't like, like French. I was like, is it French vanilla? And she's like, it's vanilla, all right. She's white. And she's like, they're from my boobs. And I was like, well, cool. And they were disgusted by it. I was like, well, this is good. I was like, can I take some home?